Lisa and her 4 children have been homeless since last year, when the landlord of her HAP apartment wanted the property back. After staying at a number of different homeless hubs, Lisa and her family arrived here at Houben House. So Lisa, you're May's mum, and we were listening to May there at the top of the programme. This is where you all live?
This is mine and my 4 children's home, yeah. This is Katie May's home. This is Katie May's bed. That's where Katie May sleeps every night. She's my eldest, and then I have another 5-year-old, Kylie Rose. Then I have Jack, which is a 1.5 years old, and then I have a 9-month-old baby, Kingston.
How are you managing in this space, all of you in here at one time?
Well, 4 kids and 1 adult in the room, so 5 of us in total in the 1-bed room. Like, it is hard work, but I'm thankful to have a place I can call a home for now.
Careful, that'll burn you. I wanted to burn you.
How did you end up becoming homeless in the first place?
Well, I had an apartment and I held it for 4 years, and my landlord said that you had to sell the apartment. So that's how I became homeless, because I couldn't find any other rental accommodation for myself and my children.
Where's she going?
And did you come directly to here?
I didn't come directly to the hub, no. I've actually went to the Sheldon Park Hotel first, and then they had me out in Kildare, and then I actually rang the Salvation Army myself and asked them had any available rooms in Clonard Hub, because that's where I previously was before I got my apartment. And they told me to ask the council about a room in this one. So I rang the council back and I told them about this one. And then within 3 days, then they rang me and told me there was a room available here for me.
Stop being bold. Linda.
And how is this impacting on, well, the older children in particular?
Sometimes she'll have a bad night where she can't sleep and she's up all night, so she's not getting up the next morning for school. Or if she's in school, sometimes she could be falling asleep on the desk in school and getting phone calls off the school to come and collect her, that she's after falling asleep in school.
You can't learn how to make a cup of tea. Yeah.
What are you worried about? Are you worried you're going to
I'm actually genuinely worried about my kids' mental health. I'm worried for my children. It's them I feel it for. Like, it's them that have to live in this situation. And it's not fair on them. Like, it's not fair, like, a premature baby had to come home to situations like this. It's not fair. Like, I'm actually afraid, like, my 7-year-old child is going to end up very badly depressed. And she's only 7.
If the Minister was listening to this now, what would you say to him?
I would ask him just to help our children. It's not even the sake of giving us houses or anything like that. Our children shouldn't have to live in these situations. Like, our children shouldn't be going around depressed out of their heads at a young age because of things like this. They shouldn't have to live in one room with their family. They should have their own privacy. But they don't have that in here. They don't have that in any other homeless accommodation, not just here.
Houben House is the biggest family homeless hub in Ireland. There are 67 families living here, including over 220 children. These are supposed to be short-term stays, but many end up living here for up to 4 years. Each family has a support worker to help them access long-term housing. The hub has a laundry, kitchens, study areas and a playground. Ciara has been living here with her husband and 3 children since the beginning of January. She and her family became homeless in April 2023 when their private landlord needed his house back.
My mum and dad had to take us in. Now, the living situation, obviously, small house, older parents, their own set of health issues, they couldn't take us, and they took us longer than they should have. So we were at my parents'. My husband was offered voluntary redundancy, and we were thinking, you know, this is going to kickstart our life. It's very hard to come by this again. So my husband went ahead, took the redundancy, and basically we had to use it all on hotels. Every penny was gone on Christmas Eve. I was last €120 to pay for one night in a hotel, and that was it. So we moved on Christmas Day.
What else? Do you want to have a look at this one? Here's the Gabby. You want to use this one, don't you? Oh!
People would be surprised at that you ended up using up all your redundancy money, because people think, well, you go homeless and you get help.
Yeah, exactly. You don't. The council actually look at your income from 12 months ago. So we have to basically wait another 12 months before we can even apply for things. So in order to be homeless as well, you have to qualify for homelessness. You have to be eligible for social housing. So because we were over the threshold, that was it. We're not entitled to be homeless, basically, even though we are. But it's quite obvious. Press it down again. Let's see what he does. Ah!
So you're stuck here?
We're stuck. There's no hope, it feels like. There's nothing to look forward to. And it does actually feel like that. Every night you don't sleep because you're worried, if I'm not entitled to this, do I have somewhere to stay for the time being, for the foreseeable, basically. You know, so that's a lot of worry as well. We were comfortable. I never in a million years thought that it was going to happen to me. You don't realise how quick from being mortgage approved, looking for houses, bidding on it, to 2 years later being here. You just don't think this is going to happen.
I know your little ones have extra needs as well.
Yes. We get 2 buses up to hers in the morning, another 2 to his, and then I come home and she gets off early, so you repeat, and then it's a lot of buses you get every day. And that's mainly because, like, you can't change schools either. Just, that's, with autism, you can't do that. You know, you have to prepare a lot. My children are used to me crying. I cry all the time. They're used to it, they don't bat an eyelid anymore. It's just, Mom's crying again. But I do explain to them. I say, you know, it's hard, things are hard. Mommy has to be strong, but sometimes everyone breaks, you know, and it's just, it's okay, because you'll get over it. It's okay to cry, have your little cry, stand up, move on. And I do teach them that, because I don't want them thinking, oh, Mom's sad all the time. It's like, no, she's sad, we'll get past it.